Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to this Thursday stream. Today is a really busy day for me, and we're going to be doing a few different things, but I do have some stuff 3D printing, which is down here, but it's actually over there, which is kind of confusing for me to get my head around. But I realized that I have a ton of stuff in my little tray, like micro SD cards and SD cards. So like this sort of thing, and there's just tons and tons of them in here. So I am 3D printing a tub. I'm actually 3D printing two tubs, one in black, one in pink, so that I can put all of my little SD cards in. I keep finding just like there's a 1 terabyte SD card here, just keeps turning up. So I need somewhere to keep them all, so they're not just like lying around the office. So that's what I'm doing. So I thought I'd just share the little 3D printer like buddy cam with you, so you can see.
Tasty, tasty.
True Blaze, thank you so much for lighting up the pink rocket ship. I really, really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much for 41 months of subs. I really appreciate that. Philia Fish says good afternoon, and his first today. Congratulations. Cynic12's here as well. Moons of Empire, hey buddy. He says hi afternoon everyone. Today's my Friday. I can't wait, dude. I'm jealous. I've got a whole day tomorrow to go, but I do get to see some cool friends on Saturday because James and his partner from Cerakote are coming up and bringing me a cool project that I've been waiting ages for and I haven't seen yet.
Tasty, tasty.
So, yeah, Kevy Babes, thank you so much for 36 months of subs as well and lighting up the pink rocket ship. I thoroughly appreciate your sub. Thank you so much. Excuse me. So, yeah, so congratulations on your Friday moons.
Tasty, tasty.
Cynic12 as well, thank you so much. I think it might not light up for you, so I'll light it up manually. There you go. Thank you so much for your subs as well. 22 months in a row for Cynic12. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Conan's here as well. He says hello, everyone, and also has a NASA symbol as his badge, which is pretty cool. I don't know how you got that, but that's pretty cool. Yerda's here as well. So is Jehovah. Aru here is too. Infiltration's here as well. A Cerakote Project Ace. Yeah, so I had a Moon TKL from the original group job by in China back in 2016, and it was originally green and silver. I have had it on stream a few times, and it was a really cool project, really cool board, and I wanted to do something to bring it into the future. So I gave James from Salopian some DCS keycaps, Pepperbait, if you've heard of the set, DCS Pepperbait, and the keyboard about 4 months ago, back at the back end of March, and I was like, here you go, do something to match these keycaps, and I have not seen the board yet. There will be a couple of tweaks that I need to make to the board once it arrives. I know that because I still have the original kind of like symbol parts here that were on the back of the board, and I haven't done anything with those yet. So I need to either do something with those or decide that I'm going to fill the gaps that they went in with like resin or something like that. I haven't decided yet, so that's that. But we do have a little bit of dainty and delicate soldering to do, because the original board was USB-C micro, and a unified C3 daughter board won't fit in the case. So I'm going to reuse the old daughter board, but what we're going to do on this stream today is we're going to rewire the C3 daughter board into the USB micro daughter board, so I can use one of our really cool PT8 to PCBs in there, so it matches the whole Pepperbait theme being pink and everything else. So that's what we're going to do, and then if we've got time, we'll also actually build that PCB today as well, because we're going to put 4 wrap stabilizers in it and Keygeek intro switches, which will be pretty cool. And I do have some other plates. I think we're going to use the carbon fiber plate, but I do also have some of the original plates. Well, this is from the second group buy, so you'll notice here it has a slightly different logo. That's the logo from the international group buy. This is the logo from the original run, which is there. So it's like Moon. So that's the logo that's on the back that I need to infill. That's what all of these little parts are for. So you'll see here that this particular one is like matches up to the C there kind of thing. I cannot hold that in place without moving my finger. There you go. See, so you see how that kind of lines up with there. There you go. So that's the logo that I have to infill or do something with, but we might just put some really cool resin in there instead of the original metal things. But that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, I just ate way too much macaroni cheese. I hope I can stay awake and conscious. Macaroni cheese sounds really good. 5:27 a.m. over here. Welcome to Have Some Water, and I saw the stream notification. Well, good morning, good sir, and thank you for joining the stream. Jelly Master, thank you so much for the 6 subs as well. Thank you. Mikey Types, It's Redder, Conan, Aesthetically Flip, Hammer Brother, and a Catarai Links. Congratulations. The pink rocket ship is lit up for you guys. Well done. Stoney's here as well. It says, afternoon, keyboard fans. Good afternoon, sir. I guess you won't be going back to sleep now. Yeah. Did you get a new desoldering poker? I did, actually. Where have I put them? I haven't brought them up yet. Let me go grab them because I got like 4. Give me a second. I'll grab them. Have them here, so I will show them when we start doing top-down camera stuff. So yeah. Sell out people. I'm Jelly. Yeah, I don't know if Mel's going to pop up as well. I did let her know that because Mel obviously doesn't work on a weekend, but it'd be cool for her to see Chloe and James. And she knows James. I think she's met Chloe once, but like, I think James Pexon, buddy, if you're watching this, if you and Chloe ever break up, I'm gonna take Chloe's side no matter what, because she's really cool. So yeah, that's probably true. I'm Blancmange. Really? Okay. Oh, because you've eaten so much food. I get it. That bad looks so fiddly. Yeah. So originally they would just press fit into the case after it was built. So after it was anodized. So the issue I have, if I flip down, let me zoom in on the desk so I can show you. So these are the parts. They were all in slightly different materials. So that bit is brass, but that bit went inside there like so, and then there was the M was, well, let me go this side, wouldn't it? The M was like something like this, so you can kind of see how it would have been MOO, if actually that was all the way around there like that. So it was like MOO, and then there was a little brass dot as well that went in the corner like so, and then the N was something like that. Now, I could polish these up. That's really, really hard to see, isn't it? I should have done it on like a white background. Do I have a white background? Do I have some paper I can share? Oh, this is just an invoice for something. I can probably put it on the back of this, just to make it a little bit easy to see. So you can see now how it says moon, something like that. And as I say, I could polish these up and I could press fit them back into the board, and that would be fine. These are stainless steel, and then the inside bit here and the little dot are brass. So I could do that, or instead of press fitting these back into the board, because they have got a little bit twisted pushing them out of the board, what I could do is I could just infill the gaps that they were in. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do yet. So it's going to depend on the board and how it looks. But that's kind of like the last step, I think. So we might have a look at that on stream on Sunday after I've seen the board and I unveil it for you guys, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, we're just prepping today so that the build can just nice and easily slot into it, which is really fun.
Incredible.
Cloudhouse is now following. Thank you very much for the follow, dude. I appreciate that. Thanks so much for the gift sub. Do really appreciate it. Nice. Yeah. I'm after some sleep. I will do dumb things. I had my Mac muted. There's plenty of paper in your top drawer, Jay. I'm not sure what's on any of it though. I bet you were reading it all, because so Reed was here at the workshop last weekend. Not last weekend, the weekend before. And the top drawer is off limits because it's got all the business information in. He decided to have a root round, I'm sure. Has macOS caught up? I'm thinking of ordering the new Mac Mini M6. So I have the last generation of the Mac Mini, and it is exceptionally good. I got it in December, and it's really, really good. Frankie1001 says, when is the raffle for the ASCII F keyboard extras going to happen? Dude, like, we've had so many issues with the ASCII F boards in the group buy. I don't know if we even have enough parts now to make whole keyboard kits, because we've had to replace parts. This was why I was holding off. I think we'll be okay. But there might just be some cases and no PCBs, or there might be a couple of kits and stuff like that. So I need to go through it. I think I'm probably not going to do it as a raffle. I was going to do it as a raffle, and I know I've changed my mind on this a few times, but because just it's going to be such a mishmash of parts, I think a raffle is just going to end up with someone being disappointed. They're going to win and then they're not going to get the board that they want. So I think what I'm going to do is the first people to email me, I will say, this is the list. You are the first person to email me. If you want anything off this list, you can buy it in these prices. And then if they don't want anything, then I'll go to the next person on the list and offer everything to them, and then the next person, the next person, the next person. I think that's what we'll do. So if you want it, email me, j@prototypist.net, if you're interested in an ASCII F extra. And whatever order I get the emails in, I will give you first dibs in that order. And if you don't want the stuff that I have, I'll just move on to the next person. And then the list of parts will either get shorter, or the list of people will get shorter. And then if there is no buyers in the end, I'll just list them all as individual parts on the website. I think that's probably the best way I can do it, but it's not an easy thing to do, unfortunately. Oh, we got a new emote. It's like a crawling frog. Well done, guys. Thanks for that. I'm not nosy. Not that nosy. Seriously, no. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I don't think there's anything that untoward in here, actually. There's a Costco receipt. Oh, there's an invoice for some parts. There's a mortgage rate product in my home, which I'm not going to show you. And then there's just a ton of artisans in there. So, yeah, there's plenty of stuff to sort through. Vitek, good evening, good sir. Good afternoon, good sir. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Right, okay, yeah. So I am 3D printing some SD card holders. Hopefully the black one that you can see on the printer down here, that will be finished. There is a pink one printing, which should theoretically be faster, but won't be as good quality detail, which is more of a test print. And then I decided after I started the test print that the file was good enough for me to just print anyway. So I'm printing the pink one on the Prusa XL, and then I'm printing the actual final version on the Mark IV, which is the black one that you can see down here. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of the stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, okay, so time to talk about some PT news. Our next container shipment is just about to hit port in the next couple of days. I think the 29th is when it's expected to get there, which is Saturday. So realistically, it's going to be another 10 to 12 days before we get the stuff here at the workshop. I am estimating we're going to get it week commencing the 7th of September, which means that week's going to be really busy for us. So we'll see how that goes. I do have an appointment that week that I can't avoid, which is on the 9th or 10th, I can't remember. So we'll see how that goes. But Mel and I will make sure that we're here for the shipment and we have it all arriving. Now, I do have a partial list somewhere of the things that are included in this shipment. So just to kind of give you an idea, we have the Geometric Fairy Tale keycaps, some Abandoned Pets artisans, MW Geisha, the Mass 80 keyboards finally, Milky Way Endpoint, Monotype desk mats, KKB Kintsugi Shiro, the Smurf 18, the Canon Keys Vida keyboards, the TGR Jane V3 Lamellert editions, yeah, the Child's Play desk mat, SWG Euler, the Ramuni 60 keyboard kits, the MM Class 100. We're restocking the Busy Town desk mats, including a new pink colorway that we've commissioned. We've got another restock of Cap Generation coming, because that sold really well. We've got PBS Crispin coming as well. Neo 75 and Neo 98 round 2, the second round of what we've done. The Torero switches, we've got the GMK BKRE artisans, we've got NV70 keyboards, we've got Transit desk mats, we've got GMK Combo Breaker desk mats, we've got CRP R7, which is just massive, is that group buy? That's going to take days to sort through what we have. There's the QK65 Mark III pre-built boards, there's the Substance desk mats, there's the GMK Ishtar R2 desk mats, and Ishtar R2 is also pretty much ready for shipping from GMK as well. And then we've got some sample packing boxes. I also think there's some other stuff in there as well. I think there's also some other desk mats for some key sets that have come out recently. I think it might be the high vis ones. I think they're about to arrive, or if they haven't already, I'm not sure. And there's also a few other bits and pieces on there as well. We've also got a shipment that's in flight by air at the moment, which includes the Consi stabilizers, the new Consi stabilizers, and some other bits as well, some switches that we're going to stock. And yeah, lots and lots of stuff coming. So if you guys are interested in any of that, it's all on the way. I've got a really rough spot on my elbow. It's not. I have like a big scab on my elbow. Have we done that? Weird. So yeah, so lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff going on, and yeah, it's just going to be an insane couple of weeks. So once we have a bit of a clearer expectation of how things are going to be stacked on the pallets that are going to arrive, Mel and I will start to come up with a plan of how we're going to tackle it. So yeah, we're just going to try and figure all of that out. There's a lot of stuff to figure out. It's going to be insane. There's also some stuff shipping from GMK. I think GMK confirmed that a couple of key sets will be on the way really soon. Do I have a list of those? I'm not sure if I have a list of them. They did tell me what was going to be coming soon. I think Davina Pyan might be on that list. Hold on. Let me grab my email from GMK, because they did tell me what was coming soon. Let me see what Anita said. So she told me the other day that Zooted R2 was coming. That's already done. That's in stock. If you want GMK Zooted, it's back in stock already. Okay, yeah. So these are the ones that she said are still expected to ship in August or September. Ishtar, Gurikawa, Zooted, which we've just got, and Sentinella. So those are all still ready to come, I think. So we'll see how those get on. Yeah, I'm sure there was something else that they said there was coming though as well. Let me have a look at the GMK updates calendar. I'm sure they said there's something else. Maybe it is Divina Papaya. I'm not sure. Maybe it is Divina Papaya, but there's a ton of stuff coming either way. So if you're looking for more GMK, keep an eye out for that. So yeah. The GMK queue is this weirdest thing at the moment because there's some sets that take like 9 weeks to make. And then there's other sets like Motif, which has taken a year to make. It's kind of insane, just the difference that we see between two group buys. Zooted was in and out. Yeah, let me see when we let me see when we paid the invoice for that. Oh, when we got the invoice. Sorry. Yeah, so the invoice for Zooted was dated the 3rd of June, and it's already gone and shipped, and it shipped the back end of last week. I think it was Friday last week. So was it Friday or was it Monday? Might be. Let's say it was Monday. So 3rd of June. So we had 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 weeks takes us to the 8th of July. 9, 10, 11 takes us to 29th of July. 12 and a half weeks, 13 weeks, which is pretty quick. Pretty quick. That's not terrible at all for GMK. That's pretty good. And like Greg was pretty fast as well. And some of the other ones were really quick. So it's just a really interesting queue. And the reason why Motif has been delayed is just from a colour. Same with Gurikawa, just colour matching perspectives. I think Gurikawa's still got a final colour to match. Actually, I'm sure that's what I've seen. Mac OS has restrictions. Window management, screenshots, print, copy, paste. App doesn't go to background when you close apps, stuff like that. Wait, what? Mac OS just works differently. So when you're running on a Mac infiltration, you don't really need to worry about window management like you do on PC. Like the way that Mac handles a lot of stuff is very, very different to how Windows handles stuff. So yeah, like apps can remain open and use very little resources compared to Windows. Yeah. I think this month will be 1 year since Gurikawa Group Buys closed. I think it might be. It's about that, yeah. All those small batches were. Yeah, and the reason for those being so quick is because we'd kind of like prepped with GMK and the other vendors before the small batch even happened. So it was going to happen before we allowed a pre-order. I know people complain about, oh, you're allowing a group buy for something that's already going to be made into production. It's like, yeah, but you now get a chance to buy it in a very limited window at a cheaper price than it's going to be in stock. And we were going to do it for in stock anyway, so you now get a chance to buy it a bit cheaper. Which is very, very similar to the model we did for Burgundy, which people absolutely detested because we made it in stock. So yeah, so people don't like group buys because they can fail. People don't like pre-orders, as in the small batch stuff, because they don't like they weren't involved in the process to create it when we've already created it as an R2. And people don't like in-stock drops either. So I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do. It's an interesting conundrum. It's no complaints here. I know, buddy. You are the least complainer I know. But like, just in general, whatever method we use to like produce a keycap, someone is always disappointed. And I think when we look at Burgundy, when we did it as an in-stock drop, no one's complained when we've done other GMK stuff as just purely in stock. And I think the reason with Burgundy was because it sold out so fast. If it hadn't sold out so quickly, I think people wouldn't have had an issue. If it had still been in stock now, no one would have cared. It's just because it sold out and there was the perception of it's not actually available. So yeah, I'm the most complainer. I don't think that's true. I think the in-stock shock means they can't plan ahead, but that's a them problem. Yeah, that's a difficult one because like when we make stuff, like we could announce it and say it's coming, it's going to be in stock, and this is what's happening, and that. But then what tends to happen is you drive interest really early, and then you get to release and no one's interested anymore. Whereas when we just do a stock drop and we go, oh, like, here it is, it's in stock. Like, half the time no one cares and doesn't buy it anyway. And the other half of the time they go, oh, you shouldn't have done that, Jason. No matter what we'd have done as vendors, someone would have been upset with the process and wouldn't have been happy. But that's why we try and do so many different things. Like, we have some sets that go straight to in stock. We have some sets that go through a group buy. We have some sets that just hit a pre-order. We have some sets that goes group buy, pre-order, in stock. You know, there's only so much we can do. There's only so much we can do. How similar is Divina Papaya to Pepper Bait? They're quite different. Can I? Let me get up a window and show you. Let me search for Divina Papaya. So they're similar in their aesthetic. But they're not the same thing exactly, I don't think. At least in my head, there's enough of a difference for it to not be an issue. Okay, so I think I can share this with you. Okay, go here and do that, and you should be able to see this. Okay, so this is Divina Papaya's base kit. Lovely, lovely, you know, pastel colors, yellows, purples, greens, pinks, blues. And this is Pepper Bait, which it's still, you know, it's kind of similar but not the same. So purple's on this side, whereas purple's on this side. There's a blue in Divina Papaya. The blue's very different. You know, it's interesting, but yeah, I think they're different enough. The yellows, like, all the colors are slightly different. There's no this green here that's not in Pepper Bait particularly. So, like, I think they're different enough. They're very similar, but their separate inspirations makes them different enough. This is more yellow. This is more pink, I think, is how I would describe it. So they're similar in terms of execution, but not a match. So yeah, and one's DCS and one is GMK. So, although I do like the Divina Papaya in NTMU, I think it's really good. And of course, there is the 2 UK ISO kits as well, because we're making those, and I will never sell out of those because I have to make 150 of them, and no one will ever buy all of them. So yeah. We should probably do some shilling as well while we're here. Have a look at our in-stock range. If there's something you want a discount on that's not gone into stock particularly recently, just ask in chat and I will try and give you a discount. There's a ton of stuff in stock at the minute. Loads and loads and loads of stuff. The list just goes on. It's a huge, huge list of stock. Probably one of the biggest in the world, I think, in terms of keyboard vendors. We've got more in stock than almost every other vendor. But, you know, have a look. I'm the most complainer. Yeah, Reed, you complained. Yeah, you were unhappy when you stayed at my house that wait, what was it? You there was something wrong. Oh yeah, it was the I put a plug socket in so you could have some power for your phone overnight, and you complained that it had an LED on it. It's like, dude. Yeah. Takeaway here is people don't like things. Yeah. If I had known, I wouldn't have bought. I would have bought X if had I known. Yeah, it's an interesting one. FOMO is a hell of a thing. Yeah, I don't like to try and push FOMO. I know that it's important in the hobby to try and sell stuff, and if we don't sell stuff, we don't exist as a business, which means we can't do all the cool stuff that we do. So we do need to sell stuff. Like, we do need all of you people and more to buy from us, otherwise we just can't exist, right? I am aware of that, but I don't like to push FOMO, and I don't like to say you better get your orders. Like, I know there's an expectation, and I know other business owners don't see it this way. They will send out emails about every single group buy they do, and they will say, guys, this group buy is in tomorrow. I try not to do that, and there's a part of me, and my accountant tells me that I need to start doing this. Like, you absolutely need to start doing this. This is what's going to drive your business to the next level. It's like, I don't like it though. So maybe what I need to do is hire like a marketing expert who just manages that, and then I don't have to take part in it. I just say yes or no to stuff. Maybe that's what I need to do. Speed dating. Those who hate pre-orders get matched with those that drop in stock. Maybe. Pepper is a bit more saturated. Yeah. Do I have any news on DCS Grass Valley? It's still in production. Still in production as far as I know. They're very different. Yeah, they're both cute as fuck. I think you are absolutely right, Autonomy. But yeah, they are quite different. Yeah. The new window split isn't using your PC seen in the overlay. Wait, what? The new what? Sorry. Oh, you mean this? It's just because I shoved it in today. The 3D printer. It won't be there permanently. As soon as the 3D printer's turned off, it won't be there. But yeah, okay. If I was going to make it like a permanent thing, what I would probably do is rearrange the boxes here on the side, which if you're watching on mobile won't be there because we're doing vertical on mobile as well for the minute. So and you can't see the 3D printer if you're on mobile either because I didn't add it to the thing. But yeah, what we'll probably do if I made the 3D printer thing more common, I would change these boxes here and put it somewhere to the side. I do actually, if anyone's actually really good at this, I do need someone to help me redesign all of the overlays that sit across all of the scenes. So if anyone's good at that and would exchange their time for some, keycaps and other keyboard accoutrements, then I'd be interested to have a look at that. My biggest problem is I'm relatively new to the hobby, and often I really come across a keys that I really like, but I can't find the numpad or UK ISO kits for them, or they never offered a UK ISO kit all in the first place. I run predominantly 100% boards. Yeah, I mean, like, UK ISO, the past 2.5 years, every single DCS set we've run has had a UK ISO kit or included in the base. We've done the same for a couple of years with KKB as well. We managed to get a contract in place with KKB that other vendors are now using as well, which is great. With anything that runs through Creative, there is almost always a UK ISO variant now. There's a couple of things where we haven't been able to agree because of cost, but we will try and do it. The issue is like if we look at something like what do we put? DCS Polch. Okay, so this is the base and UK ISO kit here. It includes the UK ISO keys. It's not in that render, but there is a UK ISO keys render. It includes all of that. This base kit costs us $108 to buy. Okay, $108 US. This UK ISO kit costs us $34 to buy. So we're in for $142. Like, let's say $140 is what it costs me. And then when we sell it £135, including VAT. We're basically making what's $140? $140 in GBP today. That's £103, and we sell it for £112.50 plus the VAT, right? Plus we have to ship it from America to the UK as well, which adds six quid onto it, £5 to £6 per one. So we're making like £3 or £4 on the whole thing. Like, realistically, if we were pricing this like a proper business would do, that'd be £200 every day of the week. It's insane how expensive it is to add UK ISO kits to it. Now but that alone is $34 just to make those keys or something like that. I did it recently for DCS panels, and I got a quote for just one UK ISO set. It was going to be $330 for one UK ISO set. $380, sorry. For 10 UK ISO sets, it was $330, so it was $33 each. It's insane. So, we will try and bundle UK ISO with everything we can, but it is really expensive to do so. And the projects where we do it, we don't make a profit. Like, we barely even break even. The same with Divina Papaya. Like, we did. I said before the group buy happened, I thought it was going to be really, really popular here in the UK, and I thought we would be able to buy the same number of base kits as we did the UK ISO kits. For the CYL it was 150 MOQ for the UK ISO kit, and for the MT-New it was 150 MOQ. So I'd already guaranteed to buy 150 of each of those UK ISO kits, and I was hoping that we'd sell 150 of each of the base kits. I'll get close to it, and I think we sold less than 30 base kits total across both in group buy. So now we're in a position where even with extra base kits, I will always forevermore have those UK ISO kits in stock, because even if I doubled the group buy order, I'm still nowhere near being able to put one UK ISO kit with every single base kit. And yeah, we'll just never sell through those. We did the same with Evil Dolch, and I still have over 120 Evil Dolch UK ISO kits that I can never do anything with, that are sat in the workshop, that cost me €15 each to buy, probably more. It might even be more, and no one wants them. Like, UK ISO is such a niche. Like, I think of all of the key sets we sell, only about 5% of our customers actually use UK ISO, based on what we've seen. I think for every 100 key sets we sell, only 5 that have UK ISO available, only 5 actually use the UK ISO keys. It is insane. It's so low. From memory, when I saw them, I thought they'd be closer than that. Yeah, they're not particularly close. They're quite different. Schedule for Q4. I was checking and pressing enter in the chat and accidentally sent the message. No worries. I did not complain. I put it far in bed. You did complain. It's too bright for him. Yeah. Bright lights. Bright lights. Call to action isn't always FOMO. It's a classic versus vertical view fair. Yeah, I don't like it. Are there any Numro numpads? Matrix Labs have done a Numro numpad before. They have this one. I have F keys on it, but it's like designed to sit above your keyboard. I think a few other people have done it. Jay, do you know if there are any upcoming DCS sets which have a battleship add-on? I think there's going to be one for DCS Grass Valley that's going to run alongside the Boltal ship, which I'm really excited for. I really want one of those, but I'm not sure. Do you think like a monthly roundup email would be better for the notification for every group buy is about to end? Yeah, I mean, I get the Divinity emails, and my God, they just spam. I get like 30 Divinity emails a week. It's insane. I don't want to be like that. Like, that's not the type of company I look at that and I think, no, I don't want to do that. We did try doing 1 or 2 emails. I think the challenge is they take me about a day each to create, because I'm quite. I struggle to decide what to put in them, let's put it that way. So maybe we could do that. Said the DCS Flex, missed the DCS Flex kits. Yeah, so the DCS Flex kits are currently sat with me. SP made such a big loss on the first round of the DCS Flex stuff that they want the vendors to take charge and do it differently if we do it. I have been having a chat with Sneakbox about doing it. I've got some ideas and I know what I want to do. A lot of it's just time and execution, and what I need to do is I need to say, right, I need a design. Like the challenge is, like, designers expect their royalties, and they don't want to change their royalty rate if they're only doing a little bit of it, like the promotion side of it. And I don't have time to do all of that side of it, but I have come up with a load of kit. I think I've got 6 different ideas I want to do based off what plastic SP has right now. I have the kitting done. I have the pricing agreed with SP. What I need to do now is actually work out how that could be structured into a reasonably easy group buy to do, or a series of group buys, like back to back, maybe 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, and get some vendors on board. I can do all of that, but what I don't have the time for it is to get a designer to do me A, some renders, and then B, do a little bit of promotion on it. So that's kind of like the challenge with Flex stuff. It will happen. I just need to find the time for it. So yeah. Those ISO kits are ridiculous. At least stick terp and more a mask. Yeah, I mean, it's the same with every manufacturer. Like, the cost to make a small kit like that in such small numbers is relatively high comparatively. The only reason keycaps are so cheap overall, and I say put cheap in inverted commas because they're not particularly, is because they're producing numbers. Like, if you make 100 of a base kit, you get X price. If you make 10,000 of that base kit, you get them, you know, a third of the cost. They become so much cheaper to make. But the UK ISO kits are just, no one wants them. I can't give them away. I've had even when they come free, like when we sold DCS Polch, and I've had people from Australia and the US say, I don't need the UK ISO keys. Can you keep the UK ISO keys and give me 15 quid off the order? It's like, nope, because I need to sell them. But they just don't want them. I've had people in the UK demand that I don't charge them extra by bundling the ISO kit in for KKB sets. And it's like, well, there is no extra cost because I haven't increased the cost. I've just absorbed it into the group buy price, which means I'm making a loss on the project. So some people can have the UK ISO keys. It's so difficult to do. And it's better now than it was 5 years ago. Like, we've made UK ISO happen for so many sets that just wouldn't have had it otherwise. So UK ISO using it. Yeah, I mean, I am too. You know, go buy some JOG because they are really, really good keycaps. They're in stock until tomorrow, and they had UK ISO and beige, and they're beige, and I'm even using them on the desk today. Look, this is, oh, I'm still showing that. Look, JOG, beautiful set, beautiful keycaps, in stock, UK ISO, Alt GR, really cool Windows keys. Cheap as chips. Let's have a look and see how much they are. I can't even remember what the price of them at.
Tasty, tasty.
They're 50 quid. 50 quid. And they look like this. These are real photos, by the way. And look at all the keycaps you get. Where's the breakdown? You get the full ANSI base, you get your 1.25U Windows keys, you get everything. You get UK ISO, you get your numpad, you get split space bars. You get all of the 60, 65% and 75% stuff. There's some very basic 40s, the stepped keys in there, Alice B, 7U bottom row. It's pretty big. Pretty big base kit. And it looks really good. So yeah, and it's cheap. 50 quid. 50 quid. I only want a review. We have sold a couple of hundred sets of this. Like we bought way too many of them. I think we bought 500 sets of it. I think, from memory, and I think we've sold maybe half of them in tuna bees, which is nuts. But yeah, if you want beige, they're probably the best beige dye subset on the market right now. That's my opinion. I know I'm biased, but yeah. Moons, I know you're one of the UK ISO users. I wish we could do more. What's this called? I have one for sale if you want one. I think I've got an unused one, and if not, this one will be for sale very soon. It's in this gorgeous shade of pink, but it's basically like a matrix powered pad. You can connect it via USB-C here, and then on the end as well, so you can use it as like a pass-through device, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's the Mr. Hat edition, which is really cool. I think they were like 300 quid, something like that. Yeah, if you're interested, let me know. I'm in the market for buying a numpad. Any suggestions? We've got some numpads coming soon, if you want to keep an eye out for that. We've got the Tofa numpads coming in stock soon. I pick up UK ISO when available. I know it would increase the cost, but could you not sell the ISO kits and base kits together? We do sometimes, like with all the DCS stuff, we just bundle it together. With Divina Papaya, we probably will when we drop it in stock. Like every single in stock extra will have to have a UK ISO kit just to try and get us some of the ISO kits sold. That will get messy with the international customers, but it's one of the things that we could do. PT sold them at one point. What did we sell, sorry? The Matrix Lab Mini? Yeah, we sold the Matrix Lab Mini. Matilda? Yeah, I don't think we have the Matildas anymore. I think we've sold out those. The Gina? Yeah, that was Keep Cat. So I think Mech Boards might still have some Ginas. I don't know. I think I have one somewhere that I've not really used much. For my numpad, I use a Matrix numpad, which I have the matching keyboard to go with that as well. DCS Battleship add-on I see on the beige, white and black, orange on beige, Grass Valley and UFO. Cool. Are the Flex kits ever going to be in stock? Was it pre-order only? Yeah, the Flex kits have already sold out, Autonomy. We did the group buy, and then we put them into in-stock, and the in-stock ones sold pretty much. I think the only thing that's left is the 10U spacebars, because no one ever buys a 10U spacebar. Everyone was like, oh, stock the 10U spacebar, so I bought a couple of hundred of them, and I think we've sold like 5. Yeah, so... yeah, I'm really frustrated. Yeah, sometimes listening to what people want isn't actually what they want, which is quite fun. But it's cool. If anyone wants them, we have 10 new spacebads. Boltal ship looks really cool. I just have none of the sets which have a battleship add-on. If there was a DCS Olivetti add-on in the group buy, would that help your Olivetti problem? Probably not. No. I don't think, like, I really like Olivetti, but I think I'm going to have to put Olivetti on at least 5 of my personal keyboards. I don't see us ever selling out of Olivetti. We bought that many extras that when it goes in stock, if it ever sells out, that'll be a happy day. I don't think it ever will. I'm embarrassed to share an island with these people. It's fine. Like I know I complain, but it's one of those things. JQ, thank you so much for lighting up the pink rocket ship for 54 months of subs. That's really, really cool of you, dude. Thank you. I won't buy a kit unless it includes UK ISO support. Yeah, I think the issue, Q, is, I don't know how to pronounce you. I'm just going to call you Q. Is that the people who want UK ISO are such a small subset. I'm one of them. Like all of my boards, or nearly all of them, use UK ISO. I even bought a prearranged or rearranged a DCS pepper bait to have UK ISO kit. DCS panels I paid, and I give them away for free because no one will want to pay what they cost to make. So I had 10 sets made for pepper bait, and I still have a few left over. I had 10 sets made for panels. They haven't arrived yet, but if anyone has DCS panels, wants a UK ISO kit, I have arranged those. So the challenge is that the amount of people in the hobby who buy the custom keyboard stuff who want UK ISO is probably the people who are viewing the stream now. Like almost everyone who's in that group is probably watching the stream now or is part of the Discord server. So it becomes a little microcosm where I constantly hear, give us UK ISO, give us UK ISO, give us UK ISO, and those people all bolster each other, but it's still maybe 5% of the entire UK market. It's and the UK market isn't massive. Like even now, like, you know, the UK is only 2/3 of our sales, maybe even like half of our sales. The rest go worldwide, and most people in the UK don't want UK, so they've moved on to ANSI. And I know it's really hard to make that a solution, because the more I spend and invest in UK ISO stuff, the less I can invest in other projects, because it is really expensive to do. And every project so far where we've invested and made a specific UK ISO kit, we have made a loss. I think there's only, in fact, I can't think of anywhere we've made a profit. I don't think we've done a single project where we've forced UK ISO to be part of it. Combo Breaker might be the only one where it was in base, but where I've particularly focused and then gone and made a UK ISO kit either to complement the base kit, like with Polch or the KKB sets or with Divina Papaya, none of those have ever made a profit. They've not. I don't think they've even broken even. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. Which sets out of the current group by pre-order ones would you go for currently? Let's have a look. Let's have a look in group buys. I do like SWG Lavender. Now this has got close to UK ISO. It has these keys here. It does not have the 2 and the 3. I don't know why. I have asked. I haven't had any feedback as to why. But I do like SWG Lavender. I'm a huge fan of Hypermix. This does have full UK ISO, which is really, really cool. It's got all of the keys up there. This is just, you know, Hyperfuse redone, but it's really, really nice, and it's SWG, which is great. I do like Orange Alert as well. I'm a slight bit frustrated that the kitting is so slight for this. I think this is a beautiful set, and I think it would be really cool. I am tempted to see if at some point I can, because I love this extension kit. Look at these keys. I love the windowed keys with the orange. I just think it looks so good on the beige. I am really tempted to see if I can get UK ISO keys made. I don't know if they're doing an international kit, are they? Oh, nor a UK kit. So there will be UK keys available. Only at GMK afterwards, not through vendors. But I definitely want to pick up that. Solarize as well, that's also going to have a Norda UK kit available at GMK, which is good, because that's a really, really cool set. So you will be able to pick up UK ISO keys at GMK. So I'd probably go for those ones. Mulch, I don't know if this is going to have made group buy. I'm hoping it has done, but like it was such a short... like those were nearly $50 each, those UK ISO kits for it, so I don't know if it's actually going to make MOQ or not. Even with us selling them at this price, the base kit and the UK ISO kit, like that was just break-even point, and because of the pricing we didn't sell any, so the only way for us to sell it was to sell it at a loss, which is really difficult. In terms of pre-orders, what would I go from the pre-order page? Well, DCS Handabite is an absolute must. 100% I would have gone for that. I think we did UK ISO kit for that as well, did we? Yeah, UK ISO kit free of charge for you prototypes customers, yeah. TA Neo, I already have GMK TA, so I wouldn't go for that, but I do like it. And of course, you all need to buy this. If everyone hasn't already bought SWG Midnight Rainbow, you should do, because that's my key set. And that has full UK ISO in base. So maybe go do a buy. It's even got like multiple versions of keys so that we could do it. Like it has the correct UK ISO key here, but it also has the same UK ISO key here, depending on how you want to do split backspace, because UK split backspace is different to everyone else's split backspace. And with the alert row, it looks really cool. The alert row will have UK keys in it as well, so you can do that now. I'm paying for that UK compatibility out of pocket. That does reduce my royalty rate somewhat, but yeah, it's pretty cool set. Tars should be here relatively soon, I think. Hangul is a great set. Geisha is almost here, so if you want to pick up a nice coffee themed set, that's going to be here pretty soon. I think there's a UK ISO kit for it. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. Oh, it's a Nordic kit. Okay, so it has a Nordic kit for it. Yeah. I do love Ball Pit. This is super cool, and this is going to have UK ISO as well with it. It took us ages to work out what killer keys there should be for the UK ISO keys, but we did figure that out in the end. So that's going to have a UK ISO kit as well. King of the Seas, no UK ISO, but this is a great set, so I'm excited for that to happen as well. Solar Green is actually here. Unfortunately, the UK ISO kit for this did get sent to Typist Club in China rather than to Prototypist. So whilst we have the base kits with the standard ISO coverage, the actual UK ISO keys for all of the base kits are in China, and Typist Club is sending them to us, so we'll fulfill that really soon, and then I'll drop in stock. So if you want to order this and get it at a cheaper price with the UK ISO keys included, you can do, but it will be going in stock very soon. It'll be expensive, so instead of it shipping tomorrow, it'll ship in like a week's time instead. So yeah, maybe take a look at those. Right, you know what, I'll get JOG on my next order. Dude, beige is one of the best ways to do it. Super Queen and Crisp Legends. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Is this the Gator thingy they did? I can't think of the name. Wait, what? I'm not sure. Do you have any ideas when you'll be doing the auction for your boards? So I'm going to do a test auction. I'll announce it on Discord, and I'm going to give people like 2 or 3 weeks notice. I'm going to do a test auction for like 2 or 3 keyboards in one night. And what we'll do is we'll have 2 or 3 keyboards. Some will be auctioned live on stream, and the whole auction will take place on stream. And then we'll probably leave one open for like a week and see how it does. I do have, if I can sign into it, I will show you. I do have a key vault with about 50 keyboards in it now. I'm just logging into it at the minute so you guys can't see my password, and then I'll share it in a second. Okay, so if I go back to here and click there, you should be able to see it. This is my key vault. It has all of the keyboards in here listed and a photograph of each of them as well, because people came and helped me and they were amazing. Some of the images do need uploading, but all of them do have images now. And this is what we managed to document so far. So yeah, there's a lot more to come. But all of these will be effectively stuff that is eventually raffled, I think, or almost all of them. Some of them won't be. Some of them I am going to keep. Some of them, I think, this one's already sold. I think Firetech has already purchased this one off me, for example. This one here. But yeah, all of these will be sold at some point. But we can have a look at them if anyone's interested. I'm going to try and turn on like a public way of viewing it. And we'll see. But some of the older boards are really cool. So for example, this one is a new in box keyboard. I don't know how I can load up the image to make it bigger. Why is the image not bigger? Okay, interesting. But yeah, it's a Cherry G80 Ergo Plus. 5000 version. It says 3000 up there. Someone's typed that wrong, but it's a pretty cool keyboard and it's new in box. And there's other stuff like that as well. Like there's some Topper stuff. So there's some Hypro board here. That's new in box as well. So yeah, never been typed on. All new in box. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. There's some really rare stuff. Like there's a Lin montage. I don't know if there's a picture of this or not, but it's peacock blue and it's an absolutely stunning color, and it's not been used for 5 years. No one's typed on it in 5 years. There's no problem with that one. Okay, but yeah, so stuff is slowly getting put on there. There's another 300 or 400 boards to go on there. I will try and figure out how I make this public. I think someone said there was a way to do it. to make it public so I can share it, but I don't know how we do that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I need to, private and public, make public. Okay. Okay, great. So I can probably make them all public and then people can have a look at them as well. That's probably what we'll do. So yeah, slowly getting there, slowly getting there. We'll get messy with international customers. They're buying from a UK vendor, just saying. Yeah, I know, but like, we get the complaints. 10 years bad mean, 10 years fun. Do the 10U come with stabs? They use just standard 7U. 7U stabs. I'm sure there was a story about someone complaining about receiving extras they didn't order. We did have a negative review left on the store the other day. So the customer bought a set from us. He bought KKB Nishirin, and I can't remember if he wanted the Latin or the Hiragana set. We sent the wrong one either way, all the way to Australia, I think it was, or somewhere. It might be in Japan actually. He dropped us a message and said, Jay, you've sent me the wrong set. I ordered the Hiragana set, you sent me the Latin set. And I said, I'm really, really sorry. It's not worthwhile shipping it back. I'll send you the other set tomorrow, or you can have a full refund, whichever you prefer. I think they went for a full refund, and then they got a full refund. They got to keep the key set, and then they left a 1-star review saying sent the wrong set. And it's like, what am I supposed to do to make that right? Like, am I supposed to give you a refund and send you the other set, so you have 2 sets? I don't know. So it's difficult. It's difficult. Mate, I was following your conversation the other day on Discord. You gave some serious insight into the business, which some took as an invitation to ask you personal questions. I'll be honest, I didn't realise the keyboard industry worked on such small margins. You making £3 on a full base kit with UK ISO is mental. Yeah, and I mean, like that's the gross profit. That's before we've packed it. That's before we've paid for the warehouse. That's before we've paid for electricity. It's before we paid for staff, pensions, insurances. You know, all of that kind of stuff. There's a million things we have to pay for as a business. Like just the rent alone for this building is insane. And then and everyone thinks, oh yeah, you've got staff, so you have to pay staff salaries. Yep, we do. We also have to then have staff insurance. We have to pay for pensions. We have to pay for holidays. We have to pay for payroll. So it costs me 150 quid a month just to do payroll and pay people's taxes correctly, because we have to do all of the PAYE and stuff like that, which we have in the UK to pay people's taxes for them. And then I have accountancy fees each month, and yeah, gas, water, electric, broadband, because we have to have a decent internet connection here, cleaner, because we have to have a cleaner come in. I know this, like, all of this is stuff that we have to pay for, and yeah, it's insane. So when we make like most base kits that we sell, I think the average profit we make on per key set is somewhere around £6 gross. Net, it's less than £1, and that is what, you know, some products we do make a bigger margin on, and those are the products that then enable us to buy like other things. And some products I think we should make a loss on. Like I am a firm believer, and this will sound like slightly hypocritical, because I have a belief that we price things wrong in the industry already, and things should be priced better to make it more sustainable. But I think switches are way overpriced. Like, I genuinely think that switches should be seen as a consumable item. They should be seen as something to replace as and when you feel like it, not as and when is needed. They should be absolutely a consumable item that we can, not necessarily unrecyclable, but something we can replace ad hoc. So, like, I've taken a stance that whilst we might change how we price structure on keycaps, keyboards, and stuff like that in the future, for switches, I think they should be just 100% consumable, and no one should ever have to worry about the cost of switches for the next build. So all switches are just going to be 19 or 20 pence each. 20 pence a switch. That's what we're going to do. And I've already had some complaints about that from a lot of people, but that's what we're going to do, because that's what I think it should be. Dozens of us, dozens. Yeah, I think the UK ISO crowd is less than 100 people in the hobby that I know. Yeah, I use blanks for the most part, because between UK ISO kitting and 40s kitting, it costs so much when I'm going to use less than half the keys. That's fair. We can force everyone back to UK ISO by just going to colonization again. Maybe. Gemma, hello, my dear. The numpad's out of stock for Olivetti. Yeah, well, it was the base kits that we ordered a crap ton of it, but there should be some in stock, as Moon says. Yeah. Considering picking up some trial kits for SWG Lavender that I missed out on the GMK version. I don't know how well SWG and GMK mix. So They are close. I don't know if the colours will match identically. I think that'll be a biggest challenge. SWG's cherry profile is very, very close to GMK cherry profile. Like, you probably wouldn't be able to tell a physical feel of difference in the keys, apart from there's a slight texture difference. But once that's worn in, you wouldn't feel that. There is a couple of slight changes to Legends, but again, you know, yeah. Solarise Reborn is having one. I need to get on an order. Yeah, there's going to be a UK ISO kit, yeah. Well, it's going to be an international kit at GMK, yeah. The Gougly says, hi, pardon the intrusion. What are your thoughts on stainless steel pans? Stainless steel pans are great as long as you know how to use them. So when I'm cooking for eggs, for example, I use a stainless steel pan at home. We have a few different pans. I like the just smooth stainless steel. For steak, I actually have cast iron, but that's different. And then my wife has the hex clad ones that she likes to cook with. But yeah, as long as you season the pan correctly, you know, use the right amount of oil, you're fine on stainless steel. Yeah. Yeah, I like to cook with stainless steel. GMK have confirmed after Jay did. Yeah, I forced Mario to put an announcement out. Yeah. TA Neo hype. Taiwan James so good. Yeah, James is cool. Yeah. Heartbreaker is gorgeous. Yeah, it's lovely. Looking forward to Ball Pit. Me too. Coniferous, the first non-cursed UK ISO including base to sell out without struggle. Yeah, I think Combo Breaker's done okay, but it's still in stock. Coniferous really sold out, but it was green, so yeah. Hunter 2, the world's most secure password. Isn't password 1? I wish Cap Santalum Nasement wasn't sold out. I regret it greatly. Need to cross my fingers it ever comes back. Yeah, I think we've got one of the red set left when I was looking this morning. But yeah, it did sell out, yeah. You're selling the Compact Ergo. ISO support in the tilted border, so right. Yeah, it's going to sell. Yeah, I just don't use it, so I'm going to sell it. Yeah. That is rough. It is, but we're trying. We're trying. Getting something for free and then leaving a 1-star. Some folks just want to see the world burn. Yeah. I like it. Like, he's upset with our service. Like, we did do him wrong. We tried to fix it. I don't know. The fix maybe not good enough. I don't know. You did what you could to make it right. It's not up to the customer to accept those terms. It's now up to customers to accept those terms. Yeah, like I can only do so much. Like, I can't. Like, we've had some people before who've like been really upset when we've made a mistake. Like, I don't know, like, we've missed something on the road, and it happens. Like, we're only human. When we're packing stuff, we can miss stuff. It happens. I think we had one a couple months ago where we packed a PCB and we like one of our PT80s and we'd missed the JST cable, and they did a chargeback for the whole thing. And it's like we sent you the part. Like, they told us, they said, I'm really unhappy you've missed out the JST cable and daughter board. I said, oh, I'm really sorry, we'll send it in post. We sent it in the post the next day, like express delivery, so they got it within a couple of days. And then they charged back and said that it wasn't a complete thing. It's like, yeah. KKB Nishirin is awesome. It's a great set. I always wonder how much margin is put on top of switches compared to the cost of manufacturing. So, yeah, I mean, like, I know what we pay for switches at wholesale. It's rare we get a switch that's 20 pence wholesale. Like, most switches cost us more than that. But I just don't see how we can charge customers more than 20p a switch. Prancing Cricket, hello. Thanks for being here. I saw them, thanks. I'm not so much worried about the colour, more about how the keys on the switches. Oh, they'll fit just fine. Stainless steel pans are awesome, but my partner can't use them. She can't wait for it to heat up long enough before dropping something in it. I'm wondering why it sticks. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about stainless steel pans is once the item's cooked, it'll release itself. You know. I do wish there was an easy way to know if there's a magical international kit coming for a set rather than after in the last handful of days of group buy. I think because it's so new, GMK hasn't got round to communicating yet, and a lot of the time they're added once GMK sees there's demand for it. So, yeah. It didn't do great in the group buy, no Jehovah, but it did sell out organically, yes. Yeah. But yeah, such is the trials and tribulations of being a keyboard vendor. My philosophy has always been that a vendor is only as good as their after-sales service. If you can provide good service post-sale, then issues during the sale can be forgiven. I'm in the service industry, self-employed, and this is my mantra. Strive for the best during sale implementation, but excel at customer service. It's how you retain customers. You did exactly the right thing with both those customers. Yeah, it chose to be eggplants about it. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, I understand that we can never keep 100% of our customers happy. Like, there's always going to be something that someone is unhappy with. That's just the nature of being in a business where you sell products. I always want every single customer to be really happy with what they buy. I don't want anyone to get something and then say, oh, I'm really unhappy with that, Jay. I think it's a shit product and I shouldn't buy it. You know, I know like a lot of people were unhappy with the this is how the 4-wrap stabs come. Like, oh, I don't like the fact that it's not packaged nice. And it's like, well, like we don't get it from the manufacturer like this. We have to make these packs, and it's like, how far do we take it? Like, you know, it takes us 2-3 minutes per pack staff time to do that. It adds cost, and yeah, it's interesting how stuff like that works. And I don't know, we'll figure it out someday. We'll get there. Like, it's constantly a work in progress and a work to improve stuff, so we'll get there eventually. How do I find the colors for the 10U space bars? Are they same as in the sneak box? It should explain on the product page. If we go to here, and then we go to there, and then we go to, if I search in 10U ABS, it should come up. Yeah. So it should tell you on the product page. Photos of each color can be seen here. There is a link. You can click there, and that will take you to each of the colors. Just the link at the middle of the page. The reason why the pink ones are low stock is because I took like 10 of them, because I like long pink things, I guess. But yeah, you see the codes now. But yeah. It's just a link, and then you can see the colors in the images here. Like, these all show the different colors. So yeah, I hope that helps. I'm a happy customer. I'm glad, Jehovah. I'm glad. I can attest for Jay's after sales service when it comes to feet. You love my feet. You do. You love my feet. I think there's a big perception that people get rich making keyboard stuff, and I think if people knew the real numbers behind it, no one would want to be a keyboard vendor. There just isn't. Unless you are selling stuff and really going into that fear-mongering hype machine type business and pricing really high, which is not something I would ever want to do. I don't like that kind of sales tactic, but I know some people are fine with it, and that's okay. Unless you go into it with that mindset, there's no real money. Like, even QK, they're making, you know, $10-15 a board, but they're doing it through volume rather than necessarily margin. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but different choices for different folks, right? Should have gotten some flex kits. Yeah, there'll be more flex kit stuff happening, so yeah. Right, okay, let's crack on with what we're going to do on the build stream today, because I do have this PCB that we need to do something interesting with. So this PCB is what's going to go in the Moon TKL, which is coming from Sloping Cerakote on Saturday, which is a really cool project. Now I'm going to build this. It's going to have KeyGeek intro switches in it. It's going to have 4-wrap stabilizers in it. But it's going to be this plate, and it's going to be a PT80 PCB. This is one of our in-stock PCBs. These are designed to use the USB-C daughter ports, Universal C3. Unfortunately, that does not fit in the Moon TKL case. The daughter board that fits in the Moon TKL case is this one, which is slightly bowed and slightly bent over the years. Camera, please. So what I need to do is I need to hard solder the JST cable wires from this to this. That's what I need to do today. So, to cut things first, what I'm going to do is I've written myself a little guide, so I know which of these, unfortunately these are not labeled, but I have written a guide, camera please, as to which of the 4 solder points on the bottom of this refer to which of the 4 types. So you've got ground, you've got your power, and you've got your data plus and data minus. I have written that down in a little note document. So, what I know is that pin 1, which is this one here, the square one on this side, that is the VCC. Pin 2 is the data negative. Pin 3 is the data positive, and the last one is the ground. Okay. Now what I've done is I've worked out what that means from this daughterboard's perspective. So, as we look at the daughterboard from this angle, pin 1 is here, and that is VCC. Pin 2 is D minus, pin 3 is D plus, and pin 4 is ground. So, what I've done is I've mapped out what that means, and that means that the black cable becomes our VCC, the red cable becomes our D negative, the blue cable becomes our D positive, and the yellow cable becomes our ground, which means that they do go into this in the same order. So what I need to do now is basically trim this cable, cut off the JST connector, trim the ends of each wire, solder them to this daughterboard, and then test it. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to zoom right in for this because this is going to be quite detail-oriented work. So I'm going to zoom in quite closely. And I'll try and show you guys as we go along. Okay. I just noticed the floor pile behind you looks like it's about to collapse. It's okay. It's kind of propped up against the side. Like, it's propped up against this cabinet. It's just leaning against the cabinet. It's fine. Has me on edge. I need to sort it all out. Those look like Gator X, but you're not going to go with those. No, these are Gator X, but they were just there to hold the PCB and plate together so I could make sure that the PCB fit inside the case when I was testing it before I sent the board to Pexon. Hopefully if the Flex kits come back, they'll have some Battleship kits. Need one for the Battleship. We'll see. We'll see. I do need to sit down with Sneakbox and see if we can make it happen. I'd love to pick up some DCS Flex if SP only offered Nordic support, even more rare than UK keys, sadly, but at least I have Solarized Dark. So right about switches being expensive. Yeah, switches shouldn't be expensive. We don't need to make them expensive. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to trim the ends of each of these wires. I'm just going to try and trim them in the order that I need to solder them, just so I know that I'm right. And yes, this tool would have done all of them together if I'd have put them all together, but I'm trying to be sensible. Okay, so that's those done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our daughterboard and we're going to flood each of these pins with solder. I need to go grab my little solder mat. I'll be back in a second. I just need to grab a little solder mat. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put solder in each of the holes on this. And then once the solder is in place, we can heat the solder up and push the wire into it. And that will then enable us to have a nice connection. Crucial component? Yeah. Now let's make them as cheap as possible, right? Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to solder these from the bottom as well, just to make sure that they're all nice and neatly and evenly soldered. I am slightly nervous that because of the way I had to trim this, there might be a little bit of overlap, but that should be that. Okay, we need to solder out. Why am I turning that off? Okay, so now we've done that, what we can do now is we can connect the cables. Now, we said that black had to be to the VCC, which is the first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black cable and I'm going to try and push this into the hole whilst I'm holding the soldering iron to the solder. Okay, and then we needed red for the second one. Appreciate that this is not easy to see. Okay, that is very frustrating because it's not wanting to go in the hole. Okay, and then we need blue. Trim that down a touch. And we need finally yellow. Trim it down as well, it's just slightly too long. Okay. So that should be our nice and neatly soldered series of connections. So it's time to test out whether that actually works. It is a pine sol, yes. Oh, I have a suspected spam phone call. I'm going to ignore that. Right, so this is the moment of truth. Is this actually going to work? I have no idea. I have spent far too much money on this project for it to not work. So if it doesn't work, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have to figure it out. Where can I put my software? There. Right, so let's get a USB-C cable. Thank you so much, Bartowski, for the sub. I thoroughly appreciate that. 43 months of subs. Most wholesome Twitch chat. That's what she said. So, this is the test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in. And this will either short out the board and destroy it, because I've got the cables in the wrong way around, or it will work just fine. I'm not sure there's another option here that could happen. I think those are the only two outcomes. Either destroys the board, or it works just fine. So let's get up switch hitter first. Let's prep for this properly. And what I'm going to do is get some tweezers as well. I'm going to plug it in, and then I'm going to try hitting a couple of keys and seeing if we get a connection. I'm very nervous for this. If this pops or bangs, I apologize in advance. We're having no sound, which is worrying. Okay, so that is not working. Nothing's overheating though. Interesting. Interesting. All my connections seem really, really solid. this is a big fail. This is not good. Is anything overheating? No. So the components aren't overheating, which is good, but we're just not getting any connection, which tends to suggest that this is balked. So, is there anything we can do? We can try reflowing this. Let's try reflowing the joins on the daughter board and see if that fixes anything. And if that doesn't work, well, I don't know. Don't know what we'll do. We'll have to figure it out though. Just checking we haven't shorted anything out here. But it looks good. Looks fine. Oh, actually, maybe it's not. Maybe that is the slight issue. Where did my solder go? Just need to resolder the yellow wire, I think. I think there might be a slight short on it. But that's okay, we can fix that. I'm happy enough to fix that if we need to. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. The joys of custom keyboard soldering. It's not the most robust connection, but hey, we'll figure it out. Right, let's get switches up. Do we get the ding? No ding. That's still really hot, Jay. Don't lean on it. Okay, I'm pretty confident the soldering's all sorted and solid and fine. Perhaps it's the old USB connector that's just damaged. Who knows? But it looks like it might be custom soldering time. I think what I might need to do is, rather than use the daughter board, solder the wires directly to the back of the. Oh, you guys can't see it. Solder the wires directly to the back of the USB port, and then plug the USB port in and try that. I think I can access the pins relatively easily for that, or maybe we just solder to the bottom of the pins on the bottom of the board instead. Maybe those are the things we try, because I do feel like this daughter board might be the outdated version, or alternatively we just redesign a new daughter board, which will be sucky, but it means that we don't have a working PCB for the keyboard, which is very frustrating. And I don't know why it wouldn't work. Let me just double check a photograph of the daughter board. So this is the original daughter board cabling. So red was VCC, black was ground, white was D negative, and blue was D plus. And you can see it's this is the factory soldering job. It is USB mini, yeah. So I think what we might need to do is, as this doesn't work, is maybe we can break out from the actual PCB. We didn't put breakout points on this PCB, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, actually, is the cable plugged in? Yeah, it's plugged in. It should be working. It is plugged in as the cable. Yeah, we're not getting that Windows ding. But the wiring's definitely correct. We've got red and black. Yeah, it's a VCC, yeah. The D- is correct. D+ is correct. And ground is correct. I don't have any of the USB micro devices to hand. And oh, actually, maybe I did. I have the old engraved Athena keyboard. This is USB micro. So let's see if we get anything on switch hitter with this. Oh, I'm definitely getting something there. So we know the cable's working because typing on this keyboard is working just fine. So the cable's definitely working. The cable is working. The soldering is definitely fine. So the question becomes, is the daughterboard damaged? Which I think is the only potential real outcome of this, that the daughterboard has some sort of damage to it. Now the daughterboard is warped. If I show you, like there's a lot of warpage in that daughterboard, so I'm wondering if at some point in its life cycle it has been damaged. There's like a kink, and that could be the issue. I mean, it's kinked so badly it's actually fractured the FR4 there. So I suspect that might be our issue, but we could also try replacing the USB micro port on it. I think that might be the only other option we have to replace the USB micro port. Double check the PCB with the standard daughterboard. Points to mini USB door plug then. Yeah, I do have a multimeter. Unfortunately, it's with a friend at the minute, so I can't use it today. Do I have another JST cable I haven't butchered? No. Let me go grab another JST cable, and you are absolutely right, JQ. We should test it and make sure it works. I will be back in 30 seconds with a USB-C daughterboard and JST, and we'll check if that works. I brought a spare PCB just in case as well. Right, let us test. USB-C cable. That gives us a connection. Let's see if this PCB works. Yeah, okay. So the PCB works just fine. The question is, why doesn't our daughterboard cable work? So, I'm going to guess that it is not the soldering to connect the wires here. It could be the order and I've just messed it up, but the original order was VCC, D- D positive ground. I've even got a little video showing it. In fact, I've got multiple videos showing it. So the wiring is correct. So why isn't it working? I can only assume that there is an issue. Glade, proud of me with a genuine suggestion. Yeah, it is a good suggestion. You have a voltmeter and see if there's power going from the USB connection to USB pins. I do, but it's with a friend at the minute, so it's not available here at my workshop, unfortunately. But I think, yeah, checking the continuity is the next step after this. And if that fails to produce any insight, I think we're going to have to redesign this and order a bundle of them, which is relatively easy to do. Or the other thing we could do instead is we could make an internal cable that was JST to USB micro, and then we could use these two. We could 3D print a little clip and we could make it a hardwired cable. That might be the better way to do it. So instead of using a daughter board inside the case, we could just use straight to a USB and make effectively a cable. So I'm thinking like make this, but then strap this down inside the case, although it would have to be much smaller than this. But strap this down inside the case instead of using the daughter board, because we do have this size daughter board to play with. So in fact, maybe we could even get away with that whole size USB. Just trim off the cable clip here and then strap this bit down. Yeah, we just have to make sure it's the correct one. So yeah, so that's going to have to be the plan. Unless this just over time become like a loose cable or something. Yeah, and then nothing's heating up. Yeah, I'm going to suggest it's the cable, the port that's damaged. But okay, so at least we've learned that. I thought that was going to be a lot easier than it has been. Unfortunately, we are sans a good solution for getting the keyboard to work. But that is what it is. So yeah. Yeah, multimeter will be the next job when I get back off a friend. Slightly frustrating overall though. Yeah, that's really frustrating me. I thought that was going to be painful, but relatively easy to do. Unless I have done this the wrong way. Have I got this right? So, looking at the USB, where's the daughter board gone? Looking at the USB-C, VCC is this pin here. Just going to dig out the schematic for it. Yeah, okay. So one would be ground. If we go from this side, that would be ground. Then D plus, which is blue, yeah. Then D minus and then VCC. Okay. The only other option is that they're all wrong and in completely the wrong order. Yeah, so that's definitely correct because there should be a mirror image region. They should be the same that way around. So we've definitely done the wiring correct. Slightly frustrating though. Slightly frustrating. Well, yeah, I mean, it means we've not. It actually means we've not labelled it there, soldered it the wrong way around. Because if we'd soldered this the wrong way around, we've got the power going down the wrong port. It would have fried the PCB, so the PCB would not be working at all. We'd have tripped the fuse on it. So the fact that it's doing that is correct. The issue must be that the connections inside are not lined up correctly. So I guess the next step will be to test that, and we'll get the multimeter. What we'll do is we'll bridge each point, and we'll see which ones have connection and continuity and which ones don't. And then from there, I mean, we can see the path that they should take on the bottom. I mean, I suppose we could just connect them with jumper cables, so that'd be a bit of a pain. Yeah, that would be a bit of a pain. Yeah, okay. I think it's just the door support that's got damaged, which is really frustrating, and there's not much I can do about it. In other good news, though, I did get my Moons asked about this earlier on. I did get my replacement desoldering nozzle cleaning pins in, so I now have a range of these. So effectively these are just the metal rod that you can put inside the desoldering gun. These are the official ones. They were £3 each. I got, I think, 3 or 4 of them in different sizes from different gauges, so I can now make sure that we can desolder the desoldering gun reliably. Oh, maybe I've only picked up 3. I should have. Maybe, I'm sure I ordered 4. Oh, there's 2 in there. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So we have now 4. So now I'm not going to run out of these anytime soon, which is a good step to have made, I think. Right, okay, I'm really frustrated with this. I thought this was going to be a lot easier. I think perhaps what we do is I make little jumper cables and I just jump them directly to the pins. I think that's what we do. We just jump it directly to the pins. Yeah, we'll do that. But unfortunately, that's all I have time for today. It is time to end the stream so I can go and get everything ready for people making orders on the website and catching up on emails and DMs, which is, I'm just looking at my inbox now, and I'm not looking forward to doing that because my inbox has gone crazy since we started streaming. Okay. such is life. Such is life. Right, okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I will be back streaming on Sunday. Oops, wrong button. I will be back streaming on Sunday, and we'll be taking a look at what the Pepperbait board actually finally looks like, as well as building the Juna, which I'm pretty excited for. I'm really upset that this hasn't worked. I feel like it should have worked, and it hasn't, and I'm really upset about that, but such is life. So I'm going to go sort that out. I've got a million emails and DMs to catch up with this afternoon, and then I think I'm going to try and find some time to play Final Fantasy VII. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Take care. Have a really good rest of your day, guys. Bye-bye.